What's going on, guys? Renegade here. I know, again, it's been a while since I've done a video. Things have been hectic. So I figured those of you who are subscribed are probably wondering what's going on. Mainly, what's going on with all the projects? After all, this is a mechanic channel, right? So let's see. We got the garage that I'm in the midst of doing a project on. I've got my 2006 R6, I've got my 1993 XJ600, I've got my 87 Volvo 245, and I've got my 1971 Volvo 1800. It's a lot of projects. Not to mention the big one, the house. That's something I'm going to do a video on real soon, I think. That basically has been one of the main reasons that I haven't been doing a lot of work out in the garage and making video content. I mean, one is work. I've been working crazy hours. Like tomorrow is, when I'm recording this, tomorrow is Friday of Memorial Day weekend. By the time you guys are watching this, it's already been Friday. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good holiday. But like tomorrow, it's Friday before Memorial Day weekend. And I work at a campground in the maintenance department. And our campground's old. Our campground is old. So a lot of things go wrong. I'm not expecting to get home tomorrow before 7 o'clock. And I go to work at 9. So I'm expecting at least a 10-hour day. Some days it's been 10 and a half hours. You get done a 10-hour day, you don't want to be tearing apart motors and everything. It's exhausting. And then of course there's the house. A lot of things have been needed to be done on that. So where are the project vehicles? What's going on with that? Well, there's the engine for the R6. Now I've been having some issues, and I think the main thing has been that I was an idiot. And I will fully admit this. Because see, I've built a couple motors before, and it's not something I had to do. And that is to check the ring clearance. More specifically, the ring end gap clearance. So when you put piston rings on, there's supposed to be a small gap. And I do mean small, we're talking a fraction of a millimeter. I think the top ring, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be like 0.10 to 0.20 millimeters. So I mean, you're talking a tenth of a millimeter, real small. Well, I've never had to do that before on any other motors that I've built, so I didn't do it on this one. And that caused a problem because, see that right there? That's no bueno. Which means more piston rings have to be purchased. Now my hand's all oily. Rag! So, I gotta get that sorted out. Once I get new piston rings and get them all in properly, making sure that the gap is correct, making sure that all the clearances are right and the tolerances are right and the bearings and the whole 9 yards, I can put this motor back together, put it back into that bike, and fingers crossed. It's been an issue with that, a bunch of issues, and I will get into that in a separate video doing just R6 stuff. Now, I've had a couple comments and a couple of messages about the XJ600, and I've had a few people ask me, do I still have it? Of course I still have it. There was a point where I was considering selling it, but I changed my mind. I put too much work into that bike to sell it. And there she is. 1993 XJ600, fully customized. I'm losing my light, so I better go do this quickly. So, this bike hasn't been running in a while. So the fuel that was sitting there got old and funky and gummed up the carburetors really bad, and basically everything else. Now, life is to fault, not me specifically, but just life in general. I did have an accident and I couldn't ride because I couldn't use my right hand. So that is part of why the bike has been sitting. And then of course it was time to get it all running and the whole 9 yards. Well, I finally get around to doing it, cleaning out the carburetors, to adjusting them. I had to put new air boots on, car boots, whatever. I had to get a new air box because mine bit the dust. It's been a bunch of stuff. And trying to get the old gas out, trying to burn some of it off, trying to just drain some of it, put new gas in, flush out the system. I've got it running, but it's not quite right. But it's getting there. It's not sustaining it idle, and sometimes it falls on its face, and sometimes it keeps going. This is just kind of where I've been, right? Sluggish. It's been sluggish to start. She'll run a nice high idle, and then she'll drop down to nothing. And then she'll hold a nice high idle, and I'll take her out, and then she falls on her face and barely wants to run. Like, I'll take her out to the end of the driveway, which is not that long. Yeah. But I'm getting somewhere with it, right? This is where I was earlier today. So I'm really excited because I'm getting somewhere on this bike, and I haven't been riding in a while. I really want to take this bike out riding. Finally getting it running right, at least getting close. I go out, I buy 5 gallons of high octane fuel. Spend like $20, so a little less than 5 gallons. Because right now I think gas is at, I think high octane is $4.50, I think I paid for it. Anyway, 20 bucks. I got $20 in super gas, high octane, whatever, or 93 octane. Put it in the gas tank. Go to hit the starter, and I hear clack, 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 and then free spinning. Not good. Now, I've dealt with starter issues before, so of course the very first thing I do is I pull the starter, which is still hot. And I look, and the teeth are fine. And then I look into the motor. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah. That's good. That is the starter idler gear, or the clutch idler gear, whatever you want to call it. Little sidebar. This light I have in my driveway, we didn't have a light before, so at night this was just pitch black. And I got this light, found it in my garage. It's an outside light, and above it, I just put this little box, the work box, with an eye on it, photosensitive eye. Now, when it gets dark, the light comes on by itself. Real nice, because look at that, it gets dark out here, and I mean, all in all, that cost me like 20 bucks because I needed to buy the eye and the work box. So yeah. Idler gear. Shit the bed. Great. And of course, me being me, I hopped online real fast and I looked at into what all is involved in replacing this. I figured I thought I knew, but let's just look. Yeah, I gotta take the whole freaking motor apart. Gee, doesn't that sound familiar? Oh. Yep. So, the XJ, dead in the water until I replace the idler gear. The R6, dead in the water until I get new piston rings and time to work on it. I haven't even touched the H2 Maxim. Again, time. And I gotta take that motor apart, and I wanted to wait until I got the R6 motor together before I took apart another motor. The only project vehicle, it's still properly running. My trusty Iron Horse Volvo 240. Good thing too, because that's the daily driver. That's how I get to and from work. That's Stacy's car, not mine. Yeah, I got some projects. The Volvos in the backyard, 1800s. Haven't even gotten to those yet. Yeah, it's been a time. Now you know what's going on with the projects. I'm still going to do them all. Have no fear. I'm going to get the R6 taken care of. Then I'm going to take care of the XJ. Just because I don't want to have two motors apart at the same time. So the R6, then the XJ, then I guess on to the 1800. Although I do have another car project that I should start working on at some point soon. Funny enough, it's not my car. It's kind of a commission piece. It's a weird thing, but it's kind of a commission project. I will go into that at a later date to explain what I was going on with that. Should be pretty cool. Luckily, even though it's commissioned, there's no timetable on it. Yeah. And then I've got another big project I want to do with my car. It's going to be quite involved. I can't say too much again because I don't want to spoil it. Of course, I have to consider weather. See, I live in New Jersey, and it won't be too much longer until it gets cold out here. And my garage does not have heat. So I guess, when it comes to a list of the projects that I'm working on, and my plan of attack for them, so it's going to be the R6, getting that on the road, getting the motor back together, then it should be on the road quickly. So we'll just say the R6, then the XJ, then depending on time, probably start working a little bit on the 1800, at least starting to get somewhere. And maybe I'll tackle the Maxim a little bit as well, just because the Maxim is a motorcycle. I can bring it into the garage and I can work on it in the garage. So it's kind of a bugger because I wish things went smoothly. I wish I had more time because I got a lot of cool projects in mind, a lot of cool things I want to show you guys, but I haven't had time to do it. Especially when the house takes a lot of time. I actually just got done doing a really big project in the house. Took a lot of money, took a lot of time. It was very necessary for structural stability and safety, and then as the icing on the cake looks, but mostly stability. But I will explain that all later. I want to do a video on the house, and let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing that video. Sorry, I've got a bug bite right on the back of my shoulder. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you are wanting to see a video on the house and what all I'm doing on it, and maybe a little bit of kind of hey guys, this is why so much of my time has been dedicated to this instead of making content. I know I've been bad about it and I want to get better at, you know, making more content, but just like I said, it's been a time and I haven't really wanted to just do like motor vlogs like in my car because I don't find that to be as interesting. Again though, let me know if you guys would find that to be interesting. I can get back to doing stuff like that. You know, might have a couple topics I could talk about. Not sure. Anywho, that's it. Just a quick update. Let you guys know. Yeah, I'm still alive. Yes, I'm still working on projects. Yes, I plan on still showing them all to you. And yes, I still have even more projects in mind. If you guys are looking forward to the eventual projects and you think it'll be cool, please remember, support the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. If you're not already subscribed, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And if you want to be part of any of these build projects, you know, the garage, the R6, my Volvo, the 1800s, the Maxim, etc., consider donating on coffee.com. Anybody that does gets their name in the credits at the end. Haven't really been promoting that because I haven't been doing much, so I feel bad suggesting somebody help support when I'm not doing much to earn the support. It happens, but it'll change because I gotta start making dreams happen. Till next time, guys, y'all keep rocking and rolling. I want you to take care of business. See you next one.